What is going on, you guys? My name is Alex, and welcome to Retro Dining. In today's video, we're going to talk all about my favorite cooking method, which is slow cooking. Now, slow cooking is an easy enough cooking method. It actually is made up of, what is this that I have listed down here? At least 7 common cooking methods that involve slow cooking, but there are so many more. Even then, technically, there's like 6. Two of them kind of go hand in hand. Uh, with that said, though, slow cooking is just a method where you have whatever product you're taking and you cook it at a slow, low temperature for probably about a quarter to half a day. It takes a while, um, but it makes some fantastic stuff. The slow cooking method itself will help break down the proteins and causing doing that causes a lot of tenderness in the meat. It maximizes flavor. It really brings out the most of the product that you're making. So, with that said, let's talk about some of the, I guess, top cooking methods that involve slow cooking. And of course, the first one to mention is my favorite, which is braising. Braising is, braising is one where you take the cut of meat and you sear it first. You sear that on the stove or wherever, potentially a grill, whatever you'd like. I do it on the stove most of the time, and that will help develop the flavor. From there, you end up simmering it in liquid, and then slow cook it from there. Most of the time, what I'll do is I'll cover it and then I'll set it in the oven at about 250 to 300 and just let that go for about 4 to 6 hours, depending on what I'm making, and that will develop some great flavor. This works especially well on the extremely tough cuts of meat, but even then, there are even better methods for those too. The next one to talk about, very similarly, is going to be poaching. Poaching is one where it's mostly going to be used on lighter flavors, fish, eggs, chicken, that type of thing. Like I did it in my, where is it? Over here, pulled chicken video. Uh, I'll put that up there for you. But poaching is one where it's similar to braising, where you cook it in the liquid. It's just this one you don't sear it, and then you just add the boiling. I use stock, but whatever liquid, and that will help maintain moisture and tenderness. Again, I do the same thing where I just cover that and I pop it in the oven. Um, Similarly to both of those, we have Dutch oven cooking. Dutch ovens allow you to do both, but the Dutch oven itself comes with a lid that really helps to seal and lock in all that heat and moisture and everything. Dutch ovens are just a very nice cooking tool to have. I know I personally need to invest in getting a new one, and trust me, once I do, you will get so many videos about it. I swear, I am like this close to getting an Amazon wish list for like all of the cooking tools I want. I don't know. Maybe that'll be like a 500 subscriber thing where I'll finally do that. Uh, Next cooking method to talk about, similarly to those, is the slow cooker. Slow cooker that's the one where people tend to chuck all of their stuff inside that one and then they go off to work or go do whatever. The only thing I don't like about that is that's a fire hazard. You're leaving an electrical device plugged in and leaving the house. I'm all for, if you're staying in the house and you're cleaning or you're doing some other things around the house to do slow cooking. But I'm just don't leave the building. That's all. That's all I say. Be safe about it. Don't leave the building. Um Next one to talk about is stewing. Stewing is actually like one of my favorites. Stewing is the one that my dad did most growing up, so that's why it has a special place in my heart. Yes, also stewing is one of the reasons why I got into cooking because very when I was very very young, my dad actually started a fire while he was stewing, and which by the way, when I explain the stewing cooking method, you'll see why that's surprising. It's 90% liquid, but him doing that and then me seeing the fire kind of like, instead of scaring me away from cooking, it kind of made me want to cook. Anyways, stewing is similar to braising because you do it on the stove. You develop all those great flavors with the meat, the vegetables, all that good stuff. You cook it in the liquid. It develops with the aromatics. That one stays stovetop. It develops deep and rich flavors. Oh my gosh, let me just mix words. And all those flavors will commingle during the cooking process, which again, that's why I love slow cooking methods, because they all kind of allow for that commingling. The next one to talk about is the last wet cooking method we're going to talk about today, and that is sous vide. Sous vide is one you vacuum seal, you chuck it in water that's at like low-ish temperature, like just below boiling. It's not boiling, but it's gonna be like warm. You know what I mean? And when it gets to that temperature, it's gonna be very precisely temperature controlled. Literally, I never use a temperature. I don't even use a temperature to check the fryer temperature when I'm frying. And let me tell you, with this, that's the only time I'll do it. Uh, and yeah, sous videing, it just makes it super tender, super delicious. I've done it for veal. I did it when I was working at the country club, but it's not one that I use very often because it's so precise. It almost like is intimidating in a way. The next one I want to talk about is smoking. Smoking is a very fun one. This one is one, do it outside. I'm just saying, don't try smoking something inside your house unless you have proper ventilation. Smoke outside. And with this one, it's you take some wood chips and you help infuse the aroma into it. And really, what it is the smoke is going to help cook the food using an indirect cooking heat and method. Uh, so that will in process make it very very tender, give it a nice smoky flavor. uh yeah, it's very unique. It is very fun though. Smoking is one where I want to get into it and start doing it more. And definitely once you see me get into a apartment that isn't this one, unless I get my landlord to approve me putting it in the backyard, um you won't be seeing a smoking video from me for quite a while. All right. But I have one more note to talk about with slow cooking before I cut off today's video, and that's it's my favorite because it's one that allows you to, still have the day to you. A lot of time when you're cooking, you feel like you can't leave the kitchen. This is one where it lets you spend time with people around you. It lets you spend time around the house, lets you get some chores done, especially around the holidays. It's fantastic because you just have this, going in the background. You threaten anyone who tries to touch it, and then yeah, it actually lets you spend time with them. Um, a lot of the time, like especially around Thanksgiving, you might notice where you kind of get relegated to the kitchen and you're not really able to leave. Uh, so being able to actually like leave and spend time and do that is very nice, especially if you're like me and you don't want assistance in the kitchen and you just want everything done. It works out pretty nice. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. You have listened to me ramble long enough. This is literal rambling. You hear me tripping over my words nonstop. I'll catch you guys in the next one. We'll talk about some fantastic cooking methods very soon. Just let me know in the comments what you want to hear, and you know what? Let me know what your favorite thing to slow cook is. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.